Good morning, students. Today we'll do the chapter Fire, Friend and Foe. Book is Honeycomb. It's a different kind of a chapter. But it is very educative. Fire, Friend and Foe. So what the chapter itself says is, fire can be a friend, it can be useful, and foe is enemy. Foe means enemy. So here we'll come to know, we'll understand what fire is. Early man didn't know what fire was. Early man is long time back when human beings, they lived in jungles and caves. That time human beings had not discovered fire. But he must have seen the damage it could cause. Damage is destruction, harm. He must have watched lightning and volcanoes long before he began to use fire himself. Fire was powerful and dangerous, and he was frightened. So we are talking about early man. He saw fire, but he didn't know how to make fire. How did he see fire? Either by lightning from the sky or volcanoes, and he was very frightened. But later on, man learnt how to make fire. If it is used properly, it can be useful. If it goes out of control, it becomes dangerous. Fire may have puzzled early man, but he now knows that fire is the result of a chemical reaction. So what is fire? So here we are reading chemistry. It's a chemical reaction. How does fire take place? When the oxygen in the air combines with carbon and hydrogen in a fuel, a chemical reaction takes place. So this is a chemical reaction. And what is the output? When fire takes place in any chemical reaction, there is an output, there is a result. And what is the result? Energy in the form of heat and light is released in this process. This is what we call fire. So how do we make fire? Very simple. There are three things which are needed to make fire. One is fuel, second is oxygen, and third is heat. Fuel is the thing which is being burnt, like wood, paper, stick, petrol, gas. These are fuel. Oxygen, all of you know there is a lot of oxygen in the air, around 20%. And heat. Nothing will burn by itself. You have papers around in your house. There are a lot of things. They don't start burning on itself. They require certain amount of heat. So what we know is there are three things which we require: fuel, oxygen and heat. I'll give you an example. Supposing you burn a candle, it will start burning. But if you cover it with a glass, after some time it will extinguish. That is, the flame will go off. Why? Because there is no oxygen. Excuse me. So what three things we require is fuel, oxygen and heat. I have told you the fuel like wood, coal, cooking gas and petrol are some examples of fuel. Oxygen comes from the air, which I have told you. That is why when you blow on a smoldering paper, smoldering is which is burning without flame, that is called smoldering. And if you blow air, it starts burning. Why? Because oxygen is being provided. The third thing needed to make fire is heat. Fuel and oxygen do not make fire by themselves. I just told you, nothing will burn by itself. It requires a certain amount of heat. Or else a newspaper or a stick lying in the open could catch fire on its own. But it does not burn on itself. It requires a certain amount of heat. To burn a piece of paper or wood, we heat it before it catches fire. We bring it to a certain temperature. We generally do with a lighted match or some by other means. Every fuel has a particular temperature at which it begins to burn. This temperature is called the flash point or kindling temperature, and there is another word for it, that is called ignition temperature. IGNITION, That is called ignition temperature. What it means here is nothing will catch fire on its own. A fuel will not catch fire on its own if there is no oxygen. Plus, it requires a certain amount of heat. Like wood will take a lot of time to catch fire. But if the same fire is put in front of petrol or gas, it will immediately catch fire. Like you have your cooking gas in the house. You just you just use the lighter and it immediately catches fire. So if you put a lighter in front of wood, it will never catch fire because it requires a certain amount of heat. And that is called, there are three words for it. You can call it ignition temperature, flash point, or kindling temperature. So every fuel has got a different temperature where it will catch fire. It is sometimes said that fire is a good servant but a bad master. It only means that fire, as long as it is used carefully, it is useful, but if it goes out of control, it is very dangerous. For instance, that means, for example, for how is fire useful? We use it to cook our food, warm our homes in winter, which we are doing nowadays, and to generate electricity. That is thermal power station, where coal is burnt to generate electricity. But on the other hand, if fire gets out of control, it can be very dangerous, which you must have seen. Recently there was a fire in Serum Institute, which is producing the serum vaccine for India and other countries. So a lot of people died there. So it can be very dangerous. In Uttarakhand, a lot of time you see the forest, they catch fire. A lot of trees are burnt. A lot of animals are die. Human beings die. So it can be dangerous if it gets out of control. Each year, thousands of homes and shops are damaged by fire. Vast areas of forest are also destroyed and hundreds of people are killed or injured, which I have just told you. So we know three things. For fire to happen, we require fuel, oxygen and heat. The amount of heat required to burn a fuel is called the ignition temperature, flash point or kindling temperature. So we'll continue with this chapter in my second video. Thank you all of you and have a nice day.